This is a crazy day for hip hop because you know what? Hip hop's been dying for a long time. This might be a reason why, but today, Sean Puffy Combs. Wow, this is no good. Let's hear what this man has to say.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
You know, it's always been throughout the years people who worked with Diddy. They always said they were scared of him.
As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity.
With great power comes great responsibility. You know, I met him once in a club in Dallas. It was cold. Met him on the stage along with Roy Jones Jr., the boxer. I hugged Puffy. I'm afraid to have said that now. Wow.
Including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB.
Cat Williams was not lying. He said this was going down. Cat Williams has been saying this forever. This is going down. Wow.
Which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media.
If you're going to commit a crime, you better make sure there's no phone around because it's hard to get rid of video. That's why I tell people don't do stupid stuff online. They're going to back check you. There is an app that's called Way Back in the Day or something like that. You can go check archives from way back then. That's not on the internet, supposedly, but it's deep down. You can find it.
Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee.
Yep, remember that.
As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance.
It sounds like he's the devil. That's what it sounds like. You know, a lot of times people don't understand that you have a certain group of people in the world who has a ton of money and they become part of a certain organization. And y'all might think, yeah, man, you're crazy. No, it's coming out right now. This is just the first part. There are other parties involved with this that no one's talking about, but you're going to see the pictures come up here in the next couple of days because once he goes down, another's going to go down. First Epstein, now Diddy. Look who's Diddy been, who has been hanging around or who's associated with him. It's all full circle, but no, it's a conspiracy, right? Nah, you better watch it, folks.
Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own.
Nope.
As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
Why would you, if you got people you are in control of, and you know you're giving them a good millions of dollars to do what you're doing with your business, and you know they're loyal to you, and you're like, okay, I'm going to twist this. This is what we're going to start doing. I will cut you off and make sure you'll never get a job in Hollywood or in this space ever again if you don't obey me. Come on, man. Go back in the day. History repeats itself.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making...
Listen here, folks. Listen here. This is just, I can't even, you've pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on. Things are shifting really fast, and you've got to pay attention to what's going on, because this is just one part of it. You've been seeing years and years of layers of this drape falling down. You're going to be like, I can't believe he's a part of that too. Or I can't believe you're going to say, I knew she was a part. They were lying. Think about what's going on right now in the world. This is 2024. If you're just now watching this later on, think about what's going on in September 2024 right now. If you haven't been paying attention, you better open up your eyes right now, because things are getting interesting. This is the second glance with Let Me More. I hope you guys have a great day, and let me know what you think. Did you know he was like this for a while? I kind of knew something was going on, because you know his famous catchphrase, I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Bye.